Never seen Omar play. Never heard any or watched any of his games, competitive or casual. So this will be the first for me. We've seen plenty of Sharrieff. We saw him recently on stream, not having the best time. But hey, that was against Kinsey. Nobody's been having a good time against Kinsey. Well, apart from Chronic, who did get the only win against him. But yeah, most people are not having a good time against Kinsey, so Sharrieff's at least in good company there. And he's peaking a little bit in his own ranked rating. It's not just Omar who's climbing the ladder, Sharrieff as well, getting up there. We saw one match earlier today between Revsy, who's been doing quite well in stream recently, and the debut player, apparently Jack. Revsy was able to beat the debut player, Jack. And now we've got a debut player, Omar, and Sharrieff is going to try and use his on-stream experience to beat him in both those matchups. The new player, brand new debut player. It's been a solid top 10 for the whole season, pretty much. Well, certainly the most recent parts of it. I've not seen them play, and they have like their 4-letter name hidden in their much longer name. So, actually a lot of similarities between Omar and Jack that we saw earlier. Hopefully for his sake, he is not going to share defeat with Jack at the end of this. Oh dear, Sharrieff should have, could have, but won't be ahead 3-0 here. Instead, snatches the shot up a bit early and puts it into the post. And that is allowing Omar his first goal of live stream show match career. Who knows, maybe this will be the only match plays. Very short career. But I don't know. I've heard this guy's absolutely insane. Heard his mechanics are top tier. The thing that I'm looking for, as always with debut players, is a willingness to change up their offensive strategy throughout the game. If you think to all the players who have debuted successfully, pretty much all the good debut players recently have been players that like to mix it up in offense. They go for big aerial plays, big ground plays, but they'll never just go by the old style of dribbling at the opponent in a straight line, which is what Jack actually tried to do earlier today. Definitely a good series worth a watch if you haven't already. So that's the number one thing to look at for Omar in offense. Defense, he just has to try and play solid. Can he make it through a game? Oh, great shot by Sharrieff. I was going to say, can Omar make it through a game? Can he make it through the series without messing up anything that he really should be getting right? That's perfect placement from Sharrieff there. And he stuck it behind Omar, just to give him no chance to use the momentum that he built up for himself and aid him in the save. Now that is a miss from Omar, and that is a goal for Sharrieff. This is the sort of thing I was talking about. A touch that usually would be just a routine touch. He's trying to dodge into the ball there, get a glancing blow as he runs to the boost in the side of the field, but he missed it. That's definitely not what you would expect from him, and certainly not what he would expect from himself. I think he's actually done the same as Sharrieff. Yes, he has. Both players putting their kickoff goal opportunity into the near post. Now, Omar there was getting a bit risky with the follow-up as well. Perhaps feeling like he deserved a goal or feeling like he should have scored one. Now, he's reacted well to Sharrieff's challenge. Had good vision of Sharrieff coming in. Power on the shot, but it is directly at Sharrieff, who's sitting on the goal line, and that's good pressure by Sharrieff. He's right in to pressure Omar, who wanted some time on the ball. Sharrieff is looking good today. This is not going to be an easy series at all. Look at the speed of Sharrieff into that position. He knew exactly where Omar was going to play it. And now it's a 4-goal lead already. This is why Sharrieff can be so dangerous. You never really know what you're going to get with him. Sometimes he is flopping all over the place, speaking of which. Other times he looks absolutely world class. And he's been good against Omar so far. A long way to go though. Canto, you're far too kind, man. M. Jakob Z. What do they call you? Thanks for the prime sub. Not sure if I said that right, but I tried my best. Zach Garepi, thanks for the prime sub as well. Poop Oops, thanks for the tier 1 sub and demonetizing my video probably. And BTEG1801, thanks to the 27-month prime. Do I still cast tier 3 replays? I'm down if you want me to. I mean, it's totally fine. I can cast your 2-3. I can cast your replay if you want instead of a review. I would gladly do that. The real Cabo, thanks to the 13-month tier 1 regular alien as well with the brand new prime. I think I already said thanks to you, but hey, double thank you it is. Hey, look at Sharrieff though. This is not the first time this game that he has sent a shot straight into the bar and in. Ideal height. That's really well placed. Omar is still struggling to stop his offensive plays. Both players actually struggling to get any real consistent defense going. Hey, Broby, thanks for another tier 3 sub. Just in case you're wondering, you are currently 4th in the queue. I'm going to be doing one replay review after this series. That'll put you 3rd, so should be getting your replay done pretty soon. I believe it was just under a month ago that you sent it, so we're up just under a month turnover for these guys, these replays guys, for anybody who's thinking about doing it. Can't get off a leash thanks to the 7-month Twitch Prime. Welcome. Sharrieff going straight down the middle, but he air dribbles over Omar, who looks like he was set up to avoid an air dribble bump. Look at Omar, he's waiting for Sharrieff to go past him, and then at the last second he realizes it's not an air dribble bump, it's a real air dribble. You gotta get up for that. He doesn't get up in time. Mechanis, you are, what, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 16. But we should be getting through these pretty quick, so maybe a couple weeks and we'll be there, I would say. Quite a lot of people just recently sent replays. So, but hey, actually 16 is quite a normal amount to have in the queue at any one time. It's usually about 13, 14, something like that. That's usually how long the queue is. Alright, Omar's had a couple of big misplays this game. That's one of the things I highlighted at the start of the match. Pretty much just thinking entirely about the Jack versus Revsy game that we saw earlier, and looking at the mistakes that Jack made and thinking, okay, well, Omar won't want to do those, but we have seen a couple of defensive blunders that you really can't afford to be making, especially not when Sharrieff is playing as well as he is today. This one has really got away from him. 6 goals. 6-goal lead for Sharrieff. He's already scored 11. This is one of the, well, it's actually got potential to be one of the highest scoring wins ever. Look at Sharrieff with the bump onto Omar as well. This was beautifully done. A little wave dash into position to catch it. High pop, and then he just slaps Omar into the back wall. Really impressive stuff. Oh, Omar's streaming. Okay, well, you can see Omar's stream right there on screen. I think Sharrieff might be streaming as well, in fact. Both their names are right there on screen for you. No reset available for Omar, and he might be about to concede a 13th goal in his first ever match on stream. Oh, that's a good save, in fact. Sharrieff caught a piece of him. Omar ploughed right through, takes the ball to safety. Now remember, those of you, I'm sure a lot of you will remember, but Sharrieff, in the games in the series that he's done well in the past, has been extremely free-flowing. He's been extremely confident with his movement, confident with his ball control, confident with his shots, just all around confident. And you can tell when he's not feeling confident because he starts to slow down. He stops moving around the field as elegantly as we're used to seeing him. But this is just some of the best that we've seen from him in a long time. It's good to see him back in form, reminding everybody who doubted him just what he can do, how much of a threat he can be. 13 goals past Omar. It's definitely an impressive feat. Sharrieff still not satisfied though. He's waiting for opportunities to get more. Omar puts one over the top of him, but what a save by Sharrieff. How's he kept that one out? Omar is also recovering well. He must be scratching his head at moments now, wondering how on earth he's going to beat Sharrieff today. This is incredibly difficult to stop. The offense has been on fire. Now even defensively he's making sick reads. There's one for Omar. He doesn't let Sharrieff go up by 10 or get into the 10 range. If Sharrieff had scored, then that would have been just 1 goal away from it, and he's been killing it on kickoffs today. Omar said he's a little nervous. Oh, of course, I'm sure he is. That's obviously been the case for a lot of debut players Nice high flick off the backboard again. Omar not scared to flick into the bar. That's twice, in fact, that he's done so. Just to make sure that he gets the challenge, or gets it over the incoming challenge. You know, he's made this score look a bit more respectable at the end of the game here. Instead of being down by 8, he's only down by 5. It's still a long way back, but at least he's got a couple of consolation goals. Something to try and build on for the next game. It certainly starts at the center of the field for Omar. He's got to do better on kickoffs. That's his primary objective, I would say, going into game number 2. But objective number 2, I think, might be to slow down the pace of the game. Sharrieff is looking extremely confident, moving around the field as fast as he can. And I wonder, you know, based on a couple of 50-50s that I saw in game 1, if Omar could try and catch Sharrieff off guard just by slowing the game down, hiding behind the ball, baiting Sharrieff into 50-50s, because there's no doubt Sharrieff was diving into challenges in that game 1. It was working out well because Omar was trying to play the ball over the top a lot. Omar switches it up, tries to go under him, and maybe Sharrieff might be in more trouble. Let's see what Omar decides to do. Sharrieff running out of boost, and Omar's taking him out of the game. That's going to be a goal for Omar, although it's only the first goal of this game. It's actually a 4-goal spree if you consider the 3 that he got at the end of the last game after the game is already done and dusted. Big kickoff for Omar. Snatches the boost away from Sharrieff. That's actually on target. What a shot by Omar! That's air rolling back into it. He didn't have a dodge for this. That is a double jump. And he's managed to catch it so clean that it goes high and fast into the top shelf. You know, when he committed with both jumps to that ball, I had no idea that it was going to be flying on Sharrieff's net that quickly. And I don't think Sharrieff knew either, because he was expecting it to go much lower when it arrived. Omar in an extremely strong position again. He's not tried to slow down the game like I was thinking, but he hasn't had to, because he's had 100 boost to 0 most of the time. This is not one of those moments though. Sharrieff tries to go ahead of the ball for the bump. Omar beats him to it. That might be on target. Oh, it's barely. Sharrieff's trying to wrap around it, and he's done well, Omar. Just looked at it. Not sure if he thought it was already in, or if he was trying to fake Sharrieff on the goal line. But, you know, credit to Sharrieff for getting in a position to clear that. I don't know how he managed to avoid own goaling when it was 90% over the line initially. Yeah, it looks like Omar might have tried to fake there. Looked like he tried to predict what Sharrieff was doing, maybe a pre-jump challenge, but Sharrieff was just perfectly goal side, and that might come back to haunt Omar. That is a key moment, no doubt about it. Just like Sharrieff's open net miss on a kickoff when he was 2-0 up. Now Omar could have been 3 up, except this was an even more open net miss. That was 90% in. And he was right there looking at it. Just decided to get the mental advantage with the mind game. Sharrieff with a great save. He's landed in reverse. Not ideal, but still something he can work with. Thought about lining up a big shot there. Even 18 boost is enough to get some power on the ball. Look at Sharrieff's acceleration. And now Omar very much regrets giving him that second goal. More importantly, giving him that save, because he has lost the lead. And he's facing another Sharrieff kickoff. Hey Jakobsen, thanks for 1,000 bits, man. Glad you like the content. Hopefully we'll have more for you coming soon. I'm looking to get some tournaments going earlier in the year than last year, so hopefully we like that as well. Fula28, thanks for the 12-month tier 1. Welcome back.
Please, Johnny boy.
I don't know if Jesse wants to 1v1 O'Callaghan. I mean, if Jesse wants to, I would gladly cast that match, but I'm not sure if he wants to take that. Has Jesse been playing ones? Type 1 in chat if Jesse's been playing ones on stream. I really doubt that that's the case. Not had much time to catch the stream recently, but it would be certainly exciting to see. Okay, a lot of numbers. None of them are 1. Jesse versus all the furniture in his room. Or has he been breaking furniture when he loses 2v2 games or something? What's going on? Man, I guess there are some Jesse clips I need to watch out for. That's a pretty creative way to avoid a demo in the back corner from Sharrieff. Great awareness. Again, lots of acceleration on the ball with the flicks, but Omar's beating him to it. And this is impressive because he didn't need to make that playstyle adjustment that I was expecting in order to get this game going in his favor, in order to turn the series around. He's decided to take Sharrieff on in the speed battle. He's thinking, well, Sharrieff looks like he's playing pretty well, looks like he's playing pretty fast. I think I can play faster though, and so far that seems to be the case. Omar 3 goals ahead. Defense has been significantly improved. Kickoff also hugely better than the first game. And look at this from Sharrieff. I don't think Omar knew this bump was coming. It looked like a simple volley across the goal, and then suddenly Sharrieff's in front of the ball and demos Omar right before he hits it. The timing on that one from Sharrieff. The ball for free. Oh, he's turned the long way around though. Omar puts another one on target. Sharrieff can't get it out of the goal. And that was just too greedy by Sharrieff, turning to the right there. Just not the right idea. He needed to go back to the goal. He has to respect the long shot. Omar's not been struggling with power hits today. Yes, he's been struggling with his composure at times. But mechanically, he's looked pretty sound. As long as he doesn't make any huge blunders. Sharrieff, wide open net. Brilliant first touch. And now he's back within 2 again. Demos have really made a huge difference to this game. Both players picking up goals off the back of aggression. Jesse could theoretically win versus O'Khaled. This is true. This is extremely true. And so is the fact that Sharrieff could win this game too as well. He missed with the initial shot, but Omar completely misread the bounce. Did he think that was hitting the post? Did he think it was on target? Well, whatever he thought was clearly wrong, because he was nowhere near hitting that ball. And Sharrieff is back within a single goal now, 90 seconds remaining. Omar with the deep dish, but he's not able to put it on target, and again denied by his own accuracy. Sharrieff, an extremely early challenge there. 0 boost as well. He is not changing his defensive plan at all. He is continuing to charge on several low boost plays in a row. And I think Omar knows that. He's trying to make early moves with his ground game. He doesn't want to give Sharrieff any time to charge in, get those tackles going. Is Sharrieff really going to go for it again? Surely not. No, he will back off this time. But look at that. Omar trying to counter the early challenge from Sharrieff actually gives away possession. So now Sharrieff reaping the reward for all those early challenges. Fakes an infield, back onto the wall. Sharrieff does not have a dodge, but he does have the shot on target. Poor landing is going to give Omar the counter-attack after the save. Bump on Sharrieff also keeps the attack alive. It looks like Sharrieff failed a wave dash in the landing as well. No contact with the pre-flip or the second one. And Sharrieff is what has saved himself here as he goes 3 goals down. I think there was a train of misplays here for Sharrieff. He meant to pre-flip onto the ball there. Didn't get the hit. Of course, before that, when he was bumped, he tried to wave dash the landing and tripped over. These are not things you would have seen from Sharrieff in game 1. They are happening now. We've seen a real turn of the tide in this series. Sharrieff looking for a near post pop. That one's off target. Saved by Omar and sent straight down the middle towards the orange goal. And Omar will equalize the series. We're going to be 1-1 after game 2. Sharrieff not looking as confident anymore. This is interesting to see. He's one of those players that is such a clear connection to his confidence level and his mechanical ability. Yes, there's probably some kind of connection for every player in that regard, but Sharrieff's is so obvious. It's insane. And yeah, he's got to try and sort himself out again. These little things at the end of the game, which obviously don't matter too much in the grand scheme of things because the game was probably already over. You know, things like Sharrieff messing up his wave dash, missing the ball with a pre-flip, just kind of throwing himself into multiple 0 boost challenges in a row. Yeah, they all contributed a little bit to Sharrieff's demise, but I think the overarching theme is that he's just not in that kind of flow state at the moment. Sharrieff is on here, but when he's panicked, it shows. When Sharrieff is on, he's on, but when he's panicked, it shows. Absolutely. Flaming P, thanks to the 4-month Prime. Welcome back to the stream, man. Well, let's see what kind of Sharrieff we're going to get in game 2, because Omar stepped up in that second game, but I think Sharrieff also fell off more than Omar stepped up. He had a big decline in what he was able to do. It's a good start to the third game here. It's all about the mechanics for Sharrieff. I think if he can just come out here mechanically clean and play boost efficient, then he should be just fine for the time being. So like I said before, Omar hasn't had to make any real changes to his game plan. He's still just trying to outclass Sharrieff mechanically. And I think Sharrieff's probably got him in the creativity department quite handily. Very poor shot there by Omar. Timed it incorrectly. Lost all the power, all the snap that could have been on it. Notice that every time Sharrieff loses sight of Omar, when he's dribbling straight at him, he will make a play on the ball. Whether it be an air dribble, whether it be a flick on it. He likes to get the ball moving. Now he's messed this one up, but I like the vision play from Sharrieff. Not sure why he panicked here, because he actually stayed near the ball, turned around, saw Omar was not on it, and ended up popping the ball forward anyway. Maybe Sharrieff just saw a ghost of Omar challenging him there, and he wanted to pop the ball over him. But as we can see, that was not a challenge incoming from Omar. He was just chilling, just hanging out, waiting to see what Sharrieff would do. Sharrieff needs to watch out for the demo here, but he does. Very nice little step in field. Still being threatened from behind. Looks like Omar used all of his boost trying to get that demo, and he didn't get the contact that he was looking for. Notice how both players actually in their defensive corner, when they were being boost starved, made the same play to escape the situation. They just cut the ball in field, avoiding the wall, because they know how dangerous it is to play the ball into the wall in that position. Now Omar's going to go 2-1 up here. Sharrieff in no man's land takes off, and he doesn't come close. This is really not the kind of plays you want to see from Sharrieff if you're a fan, because he's slowing down, he's stalling, he's hesitating, he's not playing with that fluid style that he can be so successful with. It's a great bump by Sharrieff though. Onto Omar. Attempts a hook shot cross field. Respects Omar's wall defense, but maybe it was an opportunity that he could have taken. I think it was too risky though, if you're being honest. Ryzen RL, thanks to the 2-month Prime. Welcome back, man. Nice goal by Sharrieff, you say? Well, you're absolutely right. There it is. Nice goal by Sharrieff. Not when Brian said it, but when I read it out. 2-2. Is Sharrieff streaming, guys, by the way? He's got Twitch in his name, but I'm not sure 100% if he's live. Somebody told me Omar was, but I didn't get a chance to check. He's not? Okay. But yeah, he sometimes streams show matches. He sometimes goes live after them. You can catch the stream
hi there.
using the twitch.tv/iSharrieff. I for his first name, Isaiah. Do I want to try commentating a match on a custom map? What on earth is this? How does that work, Lef? Honestly, Lef, I was going to cast this match and then do one replay review and head off to bed because it's 2:46 AM. But I mean, another time I would absolutely be down. I want to hear more about this. How do I cast a custom match? Sounds like fun though. Not tonight. Okay, yeah, brilliant. Because I can't tonight. But yeah, I can do that. I can do that another night. That sounds interesting. What kind of custom map you got going right now? What's in the line? Play the custom map competitively and see how intense it can get. I love it. Absolutely love it. Hopefully my connection won't lag, because I do have to connect to the server from EU and it's a bit laggy in custom map sometimes. But I can usually see what's going on. Willful and thanks to the 2-month tier 1. Welcome to the stream today. Omar putting on a good show for himself here, and he does use a strategy that I thought he would use earlier in the series. It's just drawing Sharrieff into unfavorable 50-50s. This one he didn't even have to fade away from. He won it purely based on the angle of approach. So 3 goals to the good now. Spectators behind, so no lag. Oh, fantastic. I didn't know that was a functionality in custom maps as well. That's cool. Yeah, we can definitely do that. Where are they from? Well, Sharrieff is, I believe, from... Oh, I know this one. One of the Carolinas, I'm going to say, maybe. Anybody confirm that? I've got no idea where Omar's from. Not a clue. But I would guess the United States of America, based on his connection to the server. Oh, in fact, I can maybe make a more educated guess. I'm going to say California, because that is extremely high ping. Omar's from Cali. Oh, nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. I'm proud of myself. I didn't know that. Just want to clarify. Wait. West Carolina. What? You guys can't fool me. I know that's not a state. The only state that's being written in chat right now is the state of your jokes. You guys need to come up with some new content for your comedy shows. Oh, Sharrieff really wanted to shoot that one, but he just didn't have the boost to get to the ball. Wasn't brave enough to pre-flip into it. It would have been extremely risky to do that though, so I don't blame him. And Omar's jumped into the ball here, scoops it high on target, and that's enough, honestly. It's not a goal, but it's enough to keep Sharrieff back. That's all he needs right now. Look, he's hunting Sharrieff on the back wall now. Omar wanted the kill. Sharrieff really struggling with the boost in this third game. There was kind of hints that this could be a problem in game 2. Omar sorted his kickoff out and had much better boost management. Surely down to 7 that one game in the back pocket. Did Omar just save his own shot? I don't think he did, but either way, he's got 3 goal advantage and 100 boost advantage as well just moments ago. He's used all of it. Actually lost all of it. That's going to give Sharrieff one last opportunity. Omar sends that one back into the orange half as well. It's going to be 2-1 to Omar by the looks of things. Sharrieff struggling with boost. And Omar has realized one of the things that was going wrong for him in game 1. And he's continually adapting to it. That was that Sharrieff was rushing a lot of challenges, catching Omar off guard, catching him early ball carrying or making heavy touches. That's no longer the case. Omar is keeping the ball very close to himself whenever he can. He's keeping Sharrieff spaced away from it, so that if he sees Sharrieff coming in, he can immediately pop it. And he's shown that he's not afraid to go for extremely high flicks just to avoid the challenge. I really like that, because why risk a shot on target on a challenging player when you could just hit it into the bar, guarantee that you're getting it over them, and then score into the open net with the rebound. Omar, perfect touch to get the ball clear and set himself up for the 100 boost grab. Sharrieff, as he often does, going to play the ball with no boost anyway, and almost rebounds it in with 0 boost. Again, Sharrieff is going to prioritize ball pressure over boost, and he scores because he just never leaves the ball unless he has to. And you see there that that is not ball chasing by Sharrieff. He had the ball. It was his ball. He was closer to it, and he played it. And he's kind of taught Omar a lesson there. Omar should have done the same thing. He should have also played the ball, because that was the safest way and the most reliable way to challenge Sharrieff. Sharrieff with a nice recovery here after messing up the bump play. Speaking of, he has to look out behind him there. What here? Omar completely messes up his first touch, and he's given Sharrieff a free possession, which has been set straight down the middle with a flick. And you can see the frustration there from Omar as he threw around his camera. He will not be happy with how he just gave away the possession and allowed Sharrieff such an easy opportunity on net as well. To make matters worse, it might be 3. Indeed it will. Sharrieff puts it on target with just enough speed to deny Omar the save. Great power from Sharrieff. No, it's just preference, but these seem to be the 2 most common wheels at high ranks. Yeah, these are definitely 2 very common ones. I mean, Sharrieff with the Cristianos is definitely, I would say, the most common. Oh, beautiful double touch by Omar. Even put it in off the bar, because why not? second touch to carry the ball over the top of Sharrieff there, but what's also noteworthy in that play is that he realized Sharrieff might be able to bump him as well as the ball, and that's why he flew really high up and over that one. Oh dear, he's just hit the post in another open net on kickoff. We saw that mistake from Omar earlier in the series. We saw that mistake from Sharrieff as well earlier in the series. Omar can't afford to be doing that now. That was a huge chance to be back within 2. But luckily for him, he's able to put in a second goal after Sharrieff challenges sideways again. It's the wrong angle there from Sharrieff. It was okay to turn, but he has to try and push the ball in front of himself there, instead of just getting goal side and kind of glancing the ball as he moves past it. What happened to the face cam? Just decided to do a little bit of casting with only mic, no face cam, because I realized that when I'm casting on stream I do a lot of silence and looking around, animation, expression, but can't do that when I'm casting actual Rocket League events. Figured this could actually be something I could work on, so we're trying to do that. Oh, that's unfortunate for Sharrieff. Worst possible landing. He didn't get his back wheels on the wall, so he couldn't jump off it, and that's going to give Omar an extremely easy counter-attack. I think Omar might have had it either way, because his half-flip setup was pretty quick. But yeah, I'm going to be bringing the face cam back after... Actually, I think I have a tournament that I'm going to maybe cast with face... I think, yeah, I've got a tournament planned that I'm going to cast with face cam pretty soon, hopefully. Then I've got another one that I'll cast without one. It's going to be about 50-50. Instead of just doing everything with face cam and then having to change up when I'm doing tournaments. Because yeah, last year I did quite a lot of actual Rocket League tournament casting. We did 3 DreamHacks and Beyond the Summit, which are all major events. Who knows, maybe there will be more this year. We'll have to wait and see. Nice fake from Sharrieff. Sees the challenge coming in from Omar, and he plays his percentages beautifully. This is so smart for Sharrieff. If he goes for a big hit on that ball, he's just going to play it straight into Omar, who's right in front of him, and most likely the ball's going to fire out sideways into one of the corners and then bounce into his half. So he knows that, well, he might as well just try and dunk it in, because if that fails, with him leaning away from the ball, it's just going to stay in that general area anyway. It's not going to go flying. And also his car can just land on the spot instead of plowing straight through and into the goal. Love that shot selection. Omar trying to attack early like Sharrieff did. That's a good save from Omar. Sharrieff a little bit out of position, a little bit caught off guard by the bounce that he got. He's got Omar jumping all over the place here. And another mind game from Sharrieff. So leaving the net wide open, 6-3. We are heading to game 5 unless things change from here. Omar got a piece of that ball, but Sharrieff's mind games just never stopped. And you'll notice some similarity to the previous goal that Sharrieff scored with that 6th one. He doesn't want to hit the ball hard into Omar when Omar's right in front of him. He's realized that Omar is trying to bait him into these challenges, and it's been working out really well for Omar, in fact, in the past 2 games, which he did win. So Sharrieff is trying to go one step ahead of that little meta game. He's trying to win that particular battle in order to help him win the war that this series is becoming. Hey, thank you, by the way, to Megly Oreo for the Prime sub. Welcome to the stream. Also, Wolf Alone for the 2-month tier 1. Welcome back. 2-goal lead for Sharrieff. Not in a comfortable position, but he handles it quite well. He's forced Omar to waste most of his boost there. Thinking about the wall shot. This is hugely risky for Sharrieff. Omar has not countered effectively, but that should have been a goal for Omar. He had a moment to shoot that one uncontested. Sharrieff did not have the boost to be flying off the ball from that height, in hindsight. But he only needs to hold on for 45 seconds. He'll have the game 1. Omar fakes a takeoff, has Sharrieff jumping in a panic. But he's missed the boost at midfield. That's going to relieve some pressure just briefly. Omar sees another early challenge coming in, tries to absorb it, but the ball goes flying into his half. Now he's only got 30 seconds left. Sharrieff's gonna fake a jump as well. The ball's just bouncing on target. Omar does well to keep it out after failing a pre-jump. Reed, he just continued flying into the ball. He needs more than good defense at the moment though. He has to score, or Sharrieff is going to be winning this game, and that's smart by Sharrieff. Walks into the offensive corner, ignores the ball, and just plays Omar's car away from it. That is going to guarantee him the win. Really interesting adaptation in game 4 by Sharrieff. He saw that Omar was trying to bait him into heavy 50-50s, so he stopped going for them. He started hiding behind the ball himself, and now Omar is the one who's suffering in the 50-50 game. Game 5. Say 6th? What do you guys say? I don't know how Americans say 6th. What's that YouTube channel that pronounces words for you? I can't remember the channel. I'll look it up later. It's like Emma Says or something. Alright, game 5. Sharrieff, true to his play style, stays aggressive with low boost. He refuses to give Omar any ball for free. But even when he's trying not to give it to him for free, Omar manages to get one. Sharrieff is too casual on the turnaround there. I don't know if he misread the bounce or if he just got caught out of position or caught off guard by Omar's counter-attack. But either way, Sharrieff had the boost to get back into position there, and he just didn't do so. Huge kickoff win for Omar. 2-0 already.
Keep up the content. 3 many more months to flowers. Love the new players.
Krispy Kreme, thanks to the, or Krispy Kreme RL, thanks to the 5-month Twitch Prime. Glad you like the content and all the new players. Yeah, we've been debuting quite a lot of new players recently, because it's a pretty exciting time for once. There's lots of new players coming into the scene. They're all insane mechanically, and a lot of older players as well, coming back and giving them great series, great games. Trisk RL, thanks to the 2-month Prime as well. Welcome back to the stream. Omar had to make some adjustments there after completely messing up his initial takeoff. It's a confident rebound though, and now look at the scoreline already. Sharrieff is getting demolished in game 5. With less than a minute gone, it's already 4 goals for Omar, 0 for Sharrieff. Great bump by Omar. He knew Sharrieff was beating him to the boost, so he bumped him out of line, knowing that Sharrieff was likely to dodge in that direction. In doing so, he got the boost for himself, and that's what's turned this play around. He's confident making an early challenge, because he knows even if the ball does 50-50 into a bad spot, he'll probably get there first anyway, being the player with the boost advantage. Now Sharrieff needs to pull out one of his insane comebacks. This is going to be a tough one though. Hey, Scooty Oleg, there's you. Thanks for the tier 3, 12 tier 3s now in the list. Thanks for the 40, sorry, can't read, 40 1 month in a row. That's absolutely ridiculous. Welcome back, man. How you doing? Just as Sharrieff gets his first goal of the game. Sort of reminiscent to Omar's first goal of the game. This time it was Omar overextending for the boost, and after getting it, really not turning very quickly, using it to get back into defense. With all the new names, it'd be cool to have a leaderboard. It's hard to give matches like what a specific rating. What kind of system would you use? Would it be like a ELO system, or would it be just a league table? I think an ELO system would make the most sense. That'd be pretty cool actually, if somebody just went back in time and did an all-time ELO system for Johnny Boy 1v1s. I don't know how ELO decay works. How does decay usually work in the ELO system? Great flick by Sharrieff, by the way. Really good height on this one. To get underneath the ball, this close to it, and lift it on target. Not easy to do. He's only 4 goals back. Definitely not an easy comeback, but Sharrieff has done this before. We've seen him make several comebacks in the past. Omar, not looking like he's going to be easy to come back against. He's been extremely speedy in the latter half of this series. Ever since game 1, the pace advantage for Sharrieff has disappeared. It looks like Omar has the edge in that category. Just a list of win-loss with how much money won on stream. Yeah, those are interesting stats too. After 28 days, I think in most games you begin to decay. Or like in chess, you decay after 28 days of inactivity or something. Oh, you saw it coming. But you can understand Sharrieff not seeing it coming, because when he spawns, he's thinking, that's a shot, never mind, he's faked me. It's always in the attacker's favor there. You're just along for the ride. We could see what Omar was up to in that approach. But Sharrieff was just destined for failure there. Brilliant early challenge off the wall though, and he's still not giving up on this last game. You can never count Sharrieff out, no matter how far down he is. He has made some insane comebacks in the past. And you can bet your house that if he does start making a comeback, Omar, being brand new to the stream, oh no, Sharrieff, can't be missing that. I was going to say that Omar being new to the stream, new to this environment, could easily choke. He could easily start to feel the pressure. And it's actually Sharrieff who's completely thrown away the openest net. That's right, openest that you're going to see all day. And that might be the end of his comeback. Let's see if he can rebound from something that devastating. Savvy said, thanks for the prime sub, man. Really appreciate it. Just think though, if Sharrieff had scored that, we would have a 3-goal game with, I think, 100 or so seconds left in it. That's definitely winnable. Certainly if you're Sharrieff, comeback master. You can bet that he's going to keep on attacking every ball. Like, if he needs 4 goals, if he needs 5 goals, he's going to play like he needs 5 goals. That's one thing that Sharrieff does very well. He knows that the clock is not on his side here. He's playing accordingly. That's a great touch. Look how quick Omar is to get back into position. Has he left the net open though? Yes, he has. He didn't respect Sharrieff's acceleration. Thought he'd done enough. Maybe wanted Sharrieff to back off and look for boost, but not for the first time this game. Omar's gone for boost and then watched the ball go into his net. Sharrieff's going to be thinking what could have been. Oh! He finds an opening. Omar saved the first one, and Sharrieff's out of position for the rebound. Wave dash shot, top corner. Sharrieff is doing it again. What an exchange by both players. Insane save by Omar. Sharrieff had to jump and then turn mid-air into the wave dash shot. That was the only way that he could chip the ball on target after Omar managed to get a save by pinching it off his post. This might not be over. Sharrieff can score this. It's off the post. This really could have been so much for Sharrieff. He had that one kickoff goal that he absolutely should have scored earlier, and this one, although it was a much, much more difficult one, could have gone in. It really could have. Sharrieff's had chances. It's that right-hand side wall in his kickoffs. It's been so kind to him. He's winning every kickoff on that side. No, credit to him, he's still going for it. Sharrieff never gives up. He's failed a couple of kickoff goals, but he catches Omar going for boost again. Omar needs to start ball chasing at the end of this game. If he just ball chases here, he wins. He wins the game, he wins the series if he chases the ball right now. I think Sharrieff has given up on this one. Thought Omar was scoring, and I mean he is now. But yeah, Sharrieff, he needed those earlier kickoff goals to go in. The only alternative was to win every remaining kickoff in the game, and he wasn't able to do that. But you always know, like, even when there's 3 or 4 goals, you just know there's something about Sharrieff that he just always has the comeback possible. You can't write him off anywhere near as much as you can other players. Someone else you give 5%, Sharrieff, you need to give him at least 15 or 20 to make the comeback. GG's, well played to Omar. In his stream debut, takes out an extremely dangerous opponent. Some very interesting mid-series adaptations by both of these players. At the end of the day, it came down to consistency. And that's something that Omar had more of. And that's not easy to do in your first match on stream, especially a series that I think you're streaming yourself. Omar live on his own channel, which makes this even harder for him. And also a series where you start off so poorly, one game down and getting destroyed. So really, really well played by Omar. GG's. What is Sharrieff level compared to the Salt Mine players? Sharrieff is one of those players that he can beat literally anybody in the Salt Mine if he's popping off. But most of the time he would lose to all the Salt Mine players from last year. Well, all of the NA Salt Mine players at the end of last year. At the time of the Salt Mine, I would bet on all of them to beat Sharrieff. Kronovi is the one that I don't know which way I would go. I think even Kronovi I would bet beating Sharrieff. I think all the Salt Mine players last year, I would have to give them the odds on to win. But you know, I wouldn't want to give too good odds because I could see Sharrieff beating any of them. He's just one of those players. He's like a Forky kind of player. He can just beat anybody if he's playing well. Yeah, big thanks to Sharrieff and Omar for playing again. They're really entertaining series there.